Glasgow is. I actually live a bit outside the city. I've been in a few times, just for some dinners and that. But it's a good city, It's nice. They like football a lot, It's obviously we got two teams here, one we can't speak of, and then we have Celtic. So it's great, And it's been a great year for me. I'm very happy, of course.
Yeah. Why is it a great year?
No, but I've been out for 2 years, and I've come back and I've played 20 games from the start, and I've scored 13 goals, 9 assists, scored some big goals, and we're on for the treble. I can win 3 trophies this year, and it hasn't been done more than 4 times, I think, in the career, in the history of Celtic. So that's a big opportunity, and it was just good to come back and play. I know it's going to take a bit of time, but it's just great.
Yeah, it's a big club, Celtic.
It's a very big club,
Yeah.
When we played into Milan, it was a crazy atmosphere. I think even the Cape would have been very impressed with it also.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was fantastic. The whole stadium was bouncing.
But you scored a really important goal, 3-3.
Yeah, unfortunately now when we're out it's not so important anymore, but it was of course a big moment and a great game. I always said that I like the big games. The big games is where you show what you are, what kind of player you are.
Mm-hmm.
In the 4-5-0 wins, then it's easy to express yourself, but I think I like the big games.
In Holland we think that the Scottish Premier League is also a bit boring competition because Celtic is by far the best. Aberdeen is your biggest competitor. Can you agree with that?
Of course, you would want it to be a bit tighter, and we have some big teams that play in the second league now because of what has happened in the past. Like Hearts, Hibs, Rangers. Big teams that are usually up there fighting for it, and now they're in the second league. So, for me, I personally think it's a bit of a shame because it would be great for the Scottish football if all the big teams were up there. But hey, it's still 11 versus 11, one football, 2 goals. So, everything can happen, and you have to just keep playing every game and make sure you are up for it.
But you are a player who is the best in the big games, I think.
Yeah, I like the big games. That's true.
Yeah.
But we've had a few of them. We have a cup final coming up. We have a few big things, and most important for me this year was just to come back playing. Just start and make sure my body is all good, and it's great news for me. My body feels fantastic. It feels perfect. I keep developing and I work hard every day. That's the most important.
The start of the season was very good, especially for you. But now you are sometimes a substitute. How can you explain that?
I cannot explain that. You have to ask the manager. But we have a good squad. There's many good players. I just try to focus on what I do. When I play, and I think I have 22 or 23 points in my 20 starts. So average minimum 1 point a game in a goal or an assist. And many people only care about goals, but I think an assist is equally as good because that's your job as a striker, to create chances and create goals, and through an assist you do that as well. So as long as I do more points than I do starts, I'm very happy. I can only do my job.
Yeah, but do you understand the manager then? Do you say, hey, come on, I'm John Guidetti?
No. I just keep your head down and work hard. I understand as well. I'm a lone player here. I'm not signed up here, so I just have to, respect that there's also very good players here and that are signed up long term for Celtic, and and we played many games as well. I've come back from 2 years and to play 3 games a week. Every third game we have a day game. Sometimes it's only 48 hours between the games, so sometimes it's good for me also not to play all the games, even though I want to, of course.
Mm-hmm. In Rotterdam, we know you as a big motivator. Do you have the same role here in Glasgow?
I try, of course. I always try to be myself, but my biggest motivation actually is the fans, for me. When they go crazy every time ball goes out for a throw-in or a corner and you're near to score and they start roaring, that's what get me going. And then we have Scott Brown, of course, our captain. Mm-hmm. He's special, but in a very good way.
Do they also have John Guidetti songs here? Just like in Rotterdam?
Yeah, they have a few.
Yeah, the same one?
Too. No, they have different ones, I think. How it goes. John Guidetti puts the ball in the netty. He's a super Swede and the hands are deep. walking in Guidetti wonderland. There's only so it's not bad. It's a good song.
It's a
actually.
good song.
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice.
It's better than Guidetti. Whoa.
Yeah. But yeah, I just it's nice, obviously, to hear them sing your song, you know, or whatever song it is. So I'm happy.
Can you compare Celtic with Feyenoord?
Yeah, you can in some ways. You know, I know the fans like each other. There's sometimes Feyenoord flags in Celtic Park, and yeah, so I think even last week there was a lot of Feyenoord fans here watching. So I think they have a quite good relationship. So that's something for me positive, and you can compare it, but it's also very different.
Yeah. What's the difference, and how can you compare it?
No, but obviously the Kuip is always sold out. It's always full. And there's always, you know, every game is difficult in the sense of that the league is different. So that's normal. But then also, it's I don't know. It's different in the way they play in Holland and they play in Scotland. It's also very different because in Holland all the teams try to play, even the smaller teams. They try to always play. Whilst here, let's say for instance tomorrow against a smaller team, you're going to see 10 players in the penalty box, just defending. So it's 11 people in the penalty area, and it's very difficult to create something. There's not a lot of space. So for the striker, sometimes it's very difficult. You don't think it's difficult, but it is very difficult because there's no space to use. And they will always kick it long, and sometimes it's a bit of a battle more than the football that Holland are very known for. That I can say sometimes, okay, they can come to a big, or any team, they can come to a big team and they can lose maybe a few goals, but they develop young players and they always try to play from the back. They can be 2-0 down, 3-0 down, but they try to play it out from the back and try to pop the ball and try to play. And I think that's the difference a bit. Here, it's more about if we can't play it, then
Yeah, in Holland we say we have a positive vision. Is it positive? Or is it
I think it's positive. I think it's positive because okay, sometimes it's a weakness because sometimes maybe a team will lose a game more than they should because they want to play and take risks and all that. But I think it's also a great way because you develop so many good footballers. Just look at the World Cup squad. I knew almost half the team. They were my friends, and you develop a lot of players by the way you play. The young players, they come through. Yeah, they will make mistakes. Yeah, they will lose a few games. Yeah, but they will learn from it and they will develop as players because they practice every day in a high level, and in a game they will always try to play out from the back. They will be put in difficult situations, and eventually there will be improvement and they will be better. And that's why I think for such a small country as Holland is, you have so many good footballers.
Yeah, Stefan de Vrij, Ron Vlaar, they were friends of you. They are still friends? You have contact with them?
Of course, Instagram, and there's Snapchat and all these things. There's many social medias now that you can keep contact, and yeah, there were more players in the squad that I know. I was quite many Feyenoord players. It was
Jason Cabral was a good friend.
A very good friend of mine, Jordi Klaasie. I think Ruben have moved as well.
Yep.
So there's many. Karim Alamadi is back now, which is great. So now they've started showing the Dutch football on Sky Sports as well.
Yeah, that's good for you.
It's very good. So I'm watching most of the games.
Yeah.
I enjoy it.
In a Feyenoord jersey?
No, not in a Feyenoord jersey. No, but with a Feyenoord heart, of course, wanting Feyenoord to win. And it's some really great games. I remember, unfortunately, when they lost to PSV, but it was a great game away. It was fantastic to watch. And there's some, I truly enjoy it that they show in the games. That's great.
Let's go back in time. You are still a living legend in Rotterdam. Do you also feel it like that?
No, I don't. Of course. It's always great that they remember you, and I think that shows something about the fans. It shows that they have a good heart, and they truly care about their club, and I think that's really beautiful. And the feeling's mutual. I can tell you that. The feeling is truly mutual. I always look on live score. How did it go for Feyenoord? I always support Feyenoord. So I can actually say that I'm a supporter of Feyenoord, and that's so it goes both ways. They're a legend for. They think I'm a legend. I think they're a legend. So, feeling's mutual.
What was your first memory when you came to Rotterdam and you saw the stadium? What was your first memory?
My first memory of Rotterdam was when I was younger. We played my first under 19. I was 17 or something like that, and that's the first time we went a tour through the Cape with the national team. And I said, wow, imagine to play here one day, that would be crazy, you know. And then it happened.
Yeah. And the best memory?
The three goals against Ajax, you know, to beat them was, it still gives me goosebumps, you know. It was a great day, and the fans deserved it so much, and that was a great day.
Yeah. And from that day, you couldn't go on the street.
No, it was crazy, but in a good way, you know. They're very respectable, and you know, always showed good passion. I also like when they almost filled the Cape after the last game against Heerenveen away, when we had the party in the Cape. You know, that was also like crazy. You know, it was spectacular.
I saw you dancing with the Swedish flag.
I was enjoying it. I was enjoying it.
Laughing.
Yeah, it was a difficult time for the injury and all that, but I didn't know how serious it was at the time, and obviously I was just very, very happy. But I still kick myself a bit for not. We should have won that league that year, you know. That's a bit of a shame, because and I can take a bit of responsibility for the red card, because we lost 1 point there, and then I didn't play against PSV away, and we lost that one. So that's 4 points right there, you know, or even 5 points, because we lost 2 against RKC, them scoring late on. So that's something I regret, obviously.
Yeah. It's still in your memory.
Yeah, every day, of course.
Every day?
No, but of course you think about it, you know, I think we could have won the league that year, you know, and it's a shame. It would have been a great way to finish off.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody should say, come back then to finish your job.
Yeah, hopefully, one day, hopefully. Feyenoord deserve to be the champions, you know. I think the way they're bringing up players now, the way they're playing football, and for the fans, you know, they deserve to be it. And now they're doing well in Europe as well. I saw I was very unlucky against Roma. And that's something positive, and I think the club is going in the right direction. And of course it's always going to be that they sell players, and always, because that's normal, but I think the best part is that they're bringing up new players, and they want it, and they're improving, and hopefully with the progress they're having, hopefully.
Last summer there was a chance that you maybe could come back. Were you disappointed that Feyenoord didn't offer you a contract?
Like, you know, there was a lot of things that went on during the time, and of course it would have been great to play there, but things happen, and things happen for a reason, and it just didn't work out. You know, it was just one of those things that didn't work out at the time. But I don't have any regrets. You know, I'm really happy to play here now, and it's going really well. So the most important thing for me was that it was going really well, and
of
you know,
course,
I've scored.
What was the reason, you think?
That's, you know, it just didn't work out. It was, no.
But was it from your part, or from the part of Martin van Geel?
No, Martin van Geel and me are very, very, very good. You know, we still have contact, and you know, he's always fights for me, and he's always good for me. So me and Martin van Geel have nothing. You know, sometimes thing in football just doesn't work out at the time. You know.
Okay, but he said that that he thought that you couldn't reach your top anymore. And then I think I can imagine that it hurts.
No, but it doesn't hurt, you know. It's obviously been out for 2 years, you know. You never know what's going to happen, you know, and it's. I think many people were not doubting me, but thinking it's difficult, and it's a great feeling to show to everybody that I'm even a better player now than I was then, and I'm going to keep on developing and becoming even better and better. Yeah. So
now you are a better player than you was?
Of course, I have more experience. I'm stronger. You know, I've learned so much. You know, I was just a young boy then. I was just a young boy. My first senior career, like first senior season as a player. You know, and I've learned so much since then. I've gone through many things mentally and all that. I'm not the best that I can be right now in my age, obviously, because I still need time, and I'm going to improve, and I improve every day. But I'm a better player now than I was in Holland. I would say yes.
Can you say you are for 100% healthy?
100%.
Because there were stories about a virus. You also read about it, I think.
No, I'm 100% fit. Otherwise I wouldn't be playing. You know, since I've come back, I've had, I think it's 8 man of the match, player of the month. I've represented my country at the highest level. I've scored 13 goals, as I said, 9 assists. You know, I've helped Sweden to come to their first under 21 European Championships for a very long time. I'm healthy, I'm happy.
Yeah.
It's just great to be back, you know. Obviously, things can go better and things are the way they are sometimes, and loan is always a loan. It's not the same as a permanent. So it's the best it can be in the circumstances.
Yeah. You're happy, you're healthy, so that's the reason that I cannot understand the doubts of Martin van Geel.
I don't know if it was doubts. I don't know if it was only him. You know, we can not only blame him, but and I don't blame him. So I don't think anybody else should blame him, because sometimes in football things just don't turn out. But I know when he said that, John, you always have a place here. You will forever be a Feyenoorder. Then I know that he meant that. You know, I know that, and I know, you know. Maybe one day I'll be the coach of Feyenoord. You never know, you know. that will, you know. So
they are searching for a coach right now.
Maybe I should just play a manager, no? No, the manager is also doing well, you know. So, you know, Martin van Geel and me are totally good, 100%, and we have total respect for each other. And I know he wishes me the best, and I wish him the best.
You say that you hope for a day that you can come back to Feyenoord. There's also a little bit a risk, because you couldn't do it better anymore, you should say.
I can always do better. We just came second in the league. We can come first, no? So, of course, we can do it better. And then I think 4 goals against Ajax would be better. So, there's still plenty of things to do. No, but, you know, maybe it won't be the way it was with 3 goals against them and so on. You never know. You can never expect the future. But I know what the Feyenoord fans want. The Feyenoord fans just want someone that gives 110% and shows passion. You know, I know they care a lot about the goals and all that, but I think what they mostly cared about was the passion, and that you care and that you truly give 110%. And if you do that, they're always going to be happy.
Yeah. I think nowhere you can live as a living legend as you did in Rotterdam. You agree?
Right now, you know, I still have a few years in my back. You know, give me some time. I'm working on it. But of course, as I said, you know, that's truly feels like a second home to me.
Yeah.
And yeah.
But it's also difficult for a young guy to live as a living legend.
No.
No?
No, of course not. You know,
It didn't drive you crazy in your head?
Why it has to drive me crazy? The pressure was when you have to take a penalty against Ajax and you have to score. That's pressure. Pressure is not to be this. Now that's something, you know, when you do something in your career, that's something that's going to be with you forever. Nobody can ever take that away from you. So this year that we had, that year that I had in Holland, nobody can ever take that away from me. That's always going to be there. And that's always something I'm going to be very proud of. You can never predict the future, but nobody can ever take away from you. So that the goal against Inter Milan, nobody can ever take that away from me. Player of the month, nobody can take it. It's mine, you know. And that's something that you just have to cherish every moment and look at. I cannot look back and say, I wish I didn't do so well, so I wouldn't be a legend. It's better to do well and be liked for it.
There's only one thing: Feyenoord cannot afford a high salary, not so high as in the Premier League, I think.
No,
that could be a problem.
Yeah, of course, that's one of the problems. But you know, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what the future predict. I just hope that one day I'll put on the red and white jersey again. That's a dream of mine, of course. You know, and as I said, I don't know when that's going to be, and you can never predict the future. And I just hope that one day it will happen.
I think that's the dream is maybe a little bit far, but I think thousands of people of Feyenoord, they are dreaming about the comeback of John Guidetti.
Yeah, that would be great. You know, just one day step out of the helicopter, full the cape. That would be great. You know, of course. And you know, until that day, then we'll just keep working hard and make sure that everything is fine. And you know, just enjoy the memories.
Yeah, maybe you can say I prefer a happy life above a happy high salary.
Of course.
Yeah, is that more important for you?
Of course, a happy life is more important than a salary. Because for me, it's about winning trophies. It's about making memories. But I have to be honest as well and say, like, you know, I have dreams of playing in the biggest clubs in the world. I have dreams of winning the biggest competitions in the world. That's a dream, I think, for every footballer, and that's normal. So that's not a matter of salary. That's a matter of wanting to be through the biggest things that is possible for football. So.
But the Eredivisie is not the biggest competition.
In the world, I don't know. It's up. No.
You know.
It's a great competition, but it's not up there with the highest leagues in the world, obviously.
No.
And that's. But many of the Dutch players are making the highest leagues in the world, the best leagues in the world. So, Holland play a big part in that as well, I say.
It's quite sure that Keert will come to Feyenoord. Should there also be space for you then?
I don't know. He plays on the wing, no?
Sometimes. Sometimes he plays as a right back.
So he plays everywhere.
Yeah.
So if you can make space for him, hopefully we can make space for Jonas. No, I don't know. It's a great signing. If he comes back, that would be great. He's a true Feyenoord legend. He's the next level. So yeah, that would be a great signing for them. And he still performs at a very high level, and he can do the job at any position. And I think he's the only player in the World Cup that played like 4 positions or something like that. It's crazy, but he does it so well wherever he plays. So truly good.
Yeah, but there should be space for you next to him.
I hope. I don't know. As I said,
No.
you can't predict the future. But if I go there, then it's to play. Of course, everywhere I go, I want to play. Playing football is the most important.
There's another problem is a big word, but Feyenoord, they have to search for another manager, another trainer. Shoot.
Why is that?
Because Fred Rutten, yesterday he told us that he will leave the club.
End of the season.
Yes, end of the season. So Feyenoord has to look for another manager. Henke Larsson, you know him.
I know.
Should that be a good manager?
Of course, he's a great manager. It would be a great choice. You have to fight with the Celtic, love him a lot as well. So, but he's a great manager, of course.
Yeah.
And
why?
He's been doing well with the clubs he has, and he's been through so much in his career. He's done so many big things. He's played in the biggest clubs. He has so much experience, and he's a respected man. I think I think he's going to grow up to be a great manager.
Yeah, now he's working for Helsingborg. I do not watch to the Swedish competition. Maybe you do?
It hasn't started yet. They're just in the pre-season right now.
Mm-hmm.
So the season will start in another month or so. So hopefully he'll do well. He has a good team, and hopefully it goes well for him.
So you think he should be a good manager?
I think so. I think he has everything to be a good manager. So then it's a bit about luck as well, obviously, because when you're a player, you can decide your fate. Sometimes as a manager, things just happen. So obviously with a bit of luck and mostly skill, I hope it will work out.
Okay, we're almost at the end of the interview. Do you want to say something to all our viewers, to your fans?
Alles goed. Nah, it's all good, man. Hello Rotterdam. Hello Holland. Keep working hard, and maybe we'll see each other one day.
You still speak Dutch a little bit?
Ja, goed zo.
Heel goed.
Praat Nederland heel goed.